Hi everyone and welcome. I hope you are doing very well. Thank you for joining me here today in Oracle Insight. The reading is going to be a quick reading. We're going to get a yes or no answer to a question that you have been trying to get an answer to. You have options 1, 2 and 3. Go ahead and bring that question to mind. Take your time to select which of these 3 options you're feeling the most drawn to, and once you have made that choice, you'll find the timestamps in the description below, so you will go straight through to that reading and I will connect with you there. Hi there, so those of you who selected card number 1, these are the cards to indicate the yes or no answer to your question. All right, so I'm going to say that that answer is a no. So you've got 2 cards here indicating the no and the 1 yes. Answer to your question group 1 is the no. So let's go ahead then and turn over these cards, and this will give us an indication with what we're dealing with. I will start off with some tarot. That's a good tarot. I should just push these up, I think. Right, so we've got 3 of fire, transformation, like that. Oh, 10 of cups. In this deck, it's 10 of water. And 9 of earth, 9 of pentacles. Wow, love that group 1. The answer is a no, but goodness me, these cards here are looking bright. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead actually and turn. Now this is waxing crescent growth. So there's some changes, advancements happening here for you. Great. You've got cleansing and storms. All right, and this is the sacred geometry card, which we'll just leave as the parting guidance. So group number 1, there definitely seems to be some change happening here. Now with the Emperor, I do get the impression that maybe this Emperor is not up for the change. The way that's looking to the side there, and I've placed the growth there, and it's like, why do I need to grow? This is what I'm getting. It's like, I'm doing well enough where I am. Why is there a need to change anything? And given that the 9 of Swords is here and the 5 of Wands, that is suggesting some conflicting energies. There's some fear there that maybe it might not go right. You could be looking at some kind of expansion in some way. Given it's the Emperor that's out there, it might be to do with resources, tangible in this physical world, homes, businesses, something you are potentially being called to upgrade, update, and you're feeling a little bit hesitant about doing that. But you can see clearly here with the 3 of fire, which is 3 of wands, that does indicate that there is expansion to be had with this change. Transformation is next. Whatever it is that you are considering, it's certainly going to result in something very positive. And then we've got the 10 of cups and the 9 of earth. So we're talking happiness there. We're talking even more independence than what the Emperor is currently experiencing. So it might be that the Emperor actually has the independence, but you're not happy. The Emperor's not feeling that happy at the moment. And so the 10 of cups is indicated here. So there is definitely a suggestion that growth needs to happen, movement needs to happen. And if that is to be embraced, then there's going to be happiness, and it's going to not result in anything that you might be concerned about with the 9 of swords, and it's going to be something that you're going to benefit from in the material sense. So with the cleansing and storms here, so that does suggest to me that you do have some thought patterns to work through with this. When doing so, and it might actually be to do with other people's opinions, given that you've got the 5 of wands there, and that does indicate there are people in your sphere of influence that are not agreeing with these changes on the cards. It's about being able to do your best, work with what you do have control over, and then just release the rest. But this here, there might be some discomfort and friction involved with the change, but that friction needs to happen in order to get past this stage. And given that you've got very positive growth happening, and look, you've got the 5 here, number 5, which is change, and then the storms card reduces to the 5, And then you've got another 5 there with the 5 of Wands. Changes afoot for you, Group 1. Let's hold to the fact that 10 of Cups and 9 of Pentacles is there. So that is a very positive outcome. Before this can come about, it does require this transformation to occur, to do with your thought patterns. Definitely got the expansion on the horizon there. And even after the happiness and the independence, even further independence, that in itself is going to create a more transformative effect as well on your life. Wonderful. Okay, this last remaining card, this is consciousness, so let's have a look. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. Well, there you go. Take that as you may with regards to the situation. Certainly with the Emperor there, when it's talking about attention to all the multidimensional aspects that show up, the Emperor would be more inclined to dealing with what's in front of him and trying to calculate how that might best serve his empire and what he can do positively, but might be a bit shy of the growth here and the expansion. Cards are certainly indicating not to be, because you've got a lot more in front of you to enjoy should you take up that opportunity to expand and grow. Okay, group number 1, that is the message that is on the table for you here today. Take care of yourselves, be safe, be well, and I'll connect with you again very soon. Hi, and welcome to those of you who selected group card number 2. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these cards over. Now that is going this way. To give us a yes or no answer, and I can give you a clear yes. That would be a yes for me, yes and yes. So now we're going to turn over your oracle cards and also the good tarot here. So let's start with the good tarot. You have, Emperor. Let's see with this one, 8 of Earth, 4 of Water, so 4 of Cups there, 2 of Fire. Now, these are sacred geometry cards, which I will leave to the end. Now, with your reading, I had only intended 1 card, but 3 came out, so we'll see what that reveals when we get to it. So here is masculine, lunar god, okay, masculine energy, and then solitariness. What might be happening with this situation? There seems to be a few things. Now, I'm drawn to the fact that you've got Page of Swords, the masculine here, and the Emperor. Somehow I think these are connected. With the Page of Swords and the way that the Page of Swords is looking towards this masculine energy, the lunar god, there's something in this desiring a beginning, desiring to communicate with somebody. If it's to do with love, then there is this potential to start communicative exchange with someone. I think it would go very well if you were to do so. With this Emperor here and the stability, and there seems to be some kind of certainty with regards to this exchange if you were to decide to move ahead. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for one interpretation here. Now, King of Pentacles here with the 8 of Earth, 4 of Water, something that is being developed. I can see here that it could even grow into something much more. Can you see how she's holding that sphere there? It's like this gift, this offer of something. And I love the fact that with the King of Pentacles, he's got this sphere there as well with that pentacle. There's something on offer for you within this situation that can be grown and developed with the 8 of Earth. The King of Pentacles has already established themselves, but this one pentacle here with that orb there, it looks to be something can be grown here. I get the sense it's material because of the King of Pentacles and the 8 of Earth. With this side here, it's almost as if there are 3 different readings here, 3 different interpretations for you, group 2. So this is one, and oh my gosh, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe that's why we got the 3 cards. These 3 came out, okay. Oh, that's fascinating. Okay, let's just continue. This was the first. For some of you, this will apply. For others, this will apply. And the third section within this group too. You've got the Lovers, the Two of Fire, and you've got solitariness and desert. I'm drawn to the fact that this card, she's got her back to us. It's like she's decided to take herself out of a process. She's decided to remove herself from something. So it could be that we're not willing to look at the potential of a love connection, but there does seem to be an indication here that love is on offer. And plus you've got the Two of Fire. So with the pair there in the Lovers card and the Two of Fire, which does speak to considering what's in front of you, what you can step into to experience in life. You might want to look into that possibility that if this is the situation and you've decided to turn your back on something with regards to a love relationship, then these cards are suggesting that you consider turning back around and assessing what you might have in front of you, because it looks like there could be something there of tremendous potential with the Two of Fire there. Yeah, look, so you've got that lantern here that's trying to light your way and that's trying to catch your attention. Yes, oh, that's fabulous. And look, just to piece these two together, you've got the masculine here who is very willing and capable to enter into a connection. And so really it's about this person here in this card being willing to turn around, start that communication, that connection, just like with the interest of the Page of Swords. So in a sense, there are three separate interpretations here, but somehow they are actually connecting on the ends. And if you want to go even further, then of course with the King of Pentacles being a card of stability, there could be stability to be gained in this relationship that can be developed and grown. And of course, it's like this dream bubble here. That is interesting. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and turn over these three cards. Now, I think what I'm going to do, because there are three cards and I've just divided this reading into three interpretations potentially, I did actually bring them around together. I'm going to turn over these three options and you get to choose which one you want to claim for yourself. Okay, so now we've got change, we've got transition, and integration. And so, of course, you can choose individually or you can select all three as you wish, really. So let's see what this says. The frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the birth of the new. Okay, great. Then with this one, transition, number 43. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence and our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. Integration. Next one, which is number 30. The frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. Okay, there we go, group number 2. Each of these cards are actually very relevant to the cards on the table, so I shall leave a selection of those messages for you to decide upon. But that is the reading I have for you, Group 2. Take care of yourselves, be safe, be well, and I shall connect with you again very soon. Hi and welcome to those of you who selected the third option. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these cards over, and that's going to give you the yes or no answer to the question that you have. And this is clearly a yes. All three are yes cards to me. So the answer to your question is a yes, Group 3. Now, I was shuffling your cards. Spirit obviously had a lot to say because I was given a lot more cards than I intended. We shall just go ahead and turn these over and see what we have. So we've got the Good Tarot here, so we'll get these first. Now you've got Seven of Air there. Transformation. Nine of Fire. Four of Water. Looks like I have to move these over. Lastly, you've got Seven of Earth. Okay. Do I need to move this over even more? All right, then let's do that, just so we're feeling nice and balanced. Now let's get some Queen of the Moon Oracle cards. Given two for you. You've got Egg Moon Trust as well as Discernment. Let's see. Wow, you've got a lot. All right, so with these cards, which is the elemental, you've got Discipline and Time, Power with Volcanoes. You've got Expansion and North. My goodness. Now these sacred geometry cards, which we will leave till the end. So let's go ahead with this. Group number 3, there seems to be some kind of bridled power here that needs to be unleashed. I see star quality on the table. With these stars here, you've got this card here with like this fairy dust and potential. There's a choice point that needs to be made. There's discernment here. I'm thinking that these two cards, given that both sets of eyes are covered here, it's like there's a choice that is being decided upon at the moment. With the mask there and with the trust, a lot of it is about things that you don't actually have capability of seeing right now. It's not a clear picture. But whatever it is, it's leading to some kind of change and transformation. With the leading tarot cards for the yes answer, I mean, you've got King of Wands, Temperance and Ace of Cups. Very strong cards there and very strong energies. King of Wands does speak to, it can be a spiritual card. I'm thinking with that, with the fire, just that intensity there. And given that there's transformation on the table, there's something that is leading to an alchemy of sorts. With the Temperance, there's a change that's happening. This change involves an opportunity of sorts. Now it's Ace of Cups, so it could be a spiritual connection, revelation, a deep dive into that area of your life. There's also the possibility of some kind of love here, even though I don't see anywhere else on the table that clearly points to me a love situation. But you can take my interpretations and see how that fits to your situation, and then you'll be better able to make that decision for yourself. But with the Four of Water here, once again, I am seeing with this card that there seems to be something on offer. And it's also, because this is the Four of Water and there's that sphere there that is being held out, it's very similar to the Ace of Cups for me, and that there is an opportunity there being presented to you. Now you've got the number 7 here flanking these good tarot cards. So you've got the 7 of Air and the 7 of Earth. So 7 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. So clearly there's a choice to be made. There's a choice point happening. There's decisions. Decisions, decisions, decisions. And with the fact that these cards here, you've got North, Power and Volcanoes, as well as Discipline and Time. Whatever is occurring right now, I am getting a sense that there's a divine timing aspect in this, but it's something that has been developing over a period of time. It seems like this unbridled power that you have, it is now time for that to be released, because it's leading to your North, that expansion. There's an expansion here that you are being called to step into, Group 3. That is what I am seeing. It's been a long time in coming with the 9 of Fire there. That does typically speak to 9 of Wands, where you've had to persevere for some time. But this 9 of Wands doesn't give me that sense of burden. It's more a time of introspection, investigation. So not so much of the burden, but a time of looking at the possibilities. But now it looks like that time of just looking is done. You are now being called to actually step into your power now, but there does seem to be this choice point involved. There's some kind of, some kind of decision-making aspect within this reading that you're being called to make. And I don't know what that is. You'll obviously know what that is for yourself, but whatever decision that you're being called to make, you're being called to do so because there's transformation afoot for you, Group 3. This is powerful. Such a powerful set of cards and the energetics behind it that I'm feeling. Wow. Okay, so let's see what these cards say for us. Delight. Oh, okay, so that's delight. And what's this one? Divine Feminine. All right. Oh, I love how there's so much power here. And then this balance of cosmic love, that compassion, this lightness, that is a real combining the masculine and the feminine, which is just wonderful. So let's just go ahead firstly and read the delight card, which is number 19. The frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we evoke in others. Great. Well, we want that. We like that. Now, Divine Feminine, 21. The frequency of Divine Feminine supports our receptive, nurturing and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. Yeah, that Divine Feminine, that receptivity seems to be quite a focal point with regards to how you're going to have to make that decision because of the discernment with the eyes covered here, the trust factor here, the 7 of air, the mask on there, and the 4 of cups in that water with that sphere being offered. But regardless, there is transformation happening. So interesting and very exciting. All right then, so group number 3, that is the reading and messages that I have for you. Take care of yourselves, be safe and well during this time, and I look forward to connecting with you again very soon.